Okay, so we've got a really interesting project logbook to dive into today.
Yeah, this one's pretty cool.
It's from Martama Public School,
In Kochi, India.
and it's a group of Class 12 students
Yeah.
who decided to build an AI chatbot.
During the 2024-2025 school year.
And what I think is so cool about this
Yeah.
is they're tackling a problem that I think everyone listening can relate to,
Oh, for sure.
which is communication overload and confusion.
Yeah, especially in a busy school environment like that.
Right.
I mean, between students and parents and teachers and staff.
There are so many announcements and emails and schedules and things changing.
Oh, yeah. It's impossible to keep up with it all.
And so these students decided to take matters into their own hands
Yeah.
and use AI to streamline it
To make things easier for everybody.
for students and parents and staff.
Be ambitious, for sure.
Yeah, but I love it.
Me too.
So their logbook is really this blueprint for how they tackled this challenge.
It's incredibly detailed.
And you can see how organized and methodical they were.
Through the whole process.
So let's start with the problem they were trying to solve.
Okay.
It sounds like communication at Martama Public School was a bit of a headache for everyone.
It definitely seems that way.
Yeah.
And they actually included some quotes in their logbook from students
Oh, wow.
about their experiences.
That's great.
And they're so relatable.
Yeah.
One student mentioned like being too embarrassed to ask questions in class
Oh, yeah.
because they're worried about being made fun of.
I can totally relate to that. I remember
Yeah.
feeling that way in high school, too.
Yeah, sometimes it's just easier to stay quiet
Totally.
than risk sounding dumb.
Exactly.
And another student talked about how confusing the dress code was.
Yeah.
And they were always worried about getting in trouble.
Oh, yeah. I remember those vague rules.
Yeah, exactly.
You never knew if you were breaking them or not.
Right. And it wasn't just students who were struggling.
Oh, really?
Parents were having a hard time getting information, too.
Makes sense.
Like clear and timely information.
Yeah.
Like limited office hours and just a lack of clear communication channels.
This makes it hard for parents to connect with teachers and get the support they need.
Totally.
So we've got this communication breakdown happening.
Yeah.
And enter our team of 8 Class 12 students
Our heroes.
who decided to tackle this problem head on.
Love it.
So let's meet the team.
Okay.
We have Vyomakeshwar,
Our fearless leader
the project leader,
in charge of keeping everyone on track.
and making sure they hit their deadlines.
Organized.
Yes. And then there's Aswin.
The data expert.
So his job was to gather and organize all the information that the chatbot would need
Makes sense.
to be a chatbot.
To actually function.
Right, exactly.
And then we've got Rishab,
The designer.
who created the look and feel of the interface.
Yeah, so like how it actually looks.
Exactly.
And then Aaron Shenny,
The prototype builder coder.
who used his coding skills to bring the chatbot to life.
It takes a village
It really does.
to raise a bot.
It does. And then there's Aaron Jimmy,
The tester.
making sure that it actually works as intended.
Important job.
Yes, very. And Jilson,
Our video producer.
documenting their progress.
Gotta have that.
We need that. And then Jeffin,
The information researcher.
who dove deep into all the existing AI projects.
To see what they could learn from others.
And then last but not least, Joshua.
Our marketing and communications leader.
I love that they had somebody focused on this,
Too.
thinking about getting the word out,
Super important.
promoting their creation.
It shows that they had a vision for this.
Yeah,
They weren't just doing this as a technical exercise. They
Right.
wanted this to actually make a difference
in their community.
at their school.
Yeah, I love that.
Me too.
So we've got our team.
Our A-team.
They're ready to go.
All right.
Now let's take a peek into some of their meeting minutes.
Oh, this is fun.
This is like behind the scenes.
I love it.
It's so cool.
A little sneak peek.
Yeah, so their first meeting on May 18th.
Brainstorming.
It sounds like it was just this huge brainstorming session.
Throwing out ideas.
All sorts of different AI applications.
Yeah. From robots to
Internet of Things.
like, what is AI?
Yeah.
Different types of AI.
It seems like no idea was off limits.
That's how it should be.
Right.
At the beginning,
Right.
blue
I
sky.
don't know what.
And then on July 20th,
They spent a whole meeting talking about
a cooking chatbot.
a cooking chatbot.
I love that.
Hang on.
That they considered that.
Seriously.
Like, maybe they were just having fun, or
Yeah.
maybe they really felt like
There was a need for that
that there was a need
in their lives.
for a digital sous chef.
I mean, I could use one,
Yeah, me too.
but I love that they were thinking outside the box
Totally.
and that this wasn't just about lines of code.
It's about problem solving
Yeah,
and imagination.
absolutely.
But they weren't just dreaming up ideas.
Right.
They were super organized in their approach,
Okay.
their project plan,
Uh-huh.
which they started working on in August.
Okay.
is impressive.
What did it include?
It outlines specific tasks,
Wow.
deadlines,
Uh-huh.
who was responsible for what.
Wow.
It's like professional
Yeah.
project management techniques.
It's amazing.
It's awesome.
Yeah. It speaks to their dedication
For sure.
that they took this so seriously.
Absolutely.
But were they flexible?
Oh, yeah.
Like, did they adapt?
They weren't afraid to adapt.
Okay.
They realized early on they needed more time for research.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. They initially allocated like 2 hours for background reading,
Uh-huh.
and it ended up taking a whole week.
Wow.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good lesson for any project.
Right.
Sometimes you have to just be flexible
Totally.
and adjust your timeline as you learn more about the challenge you're facing.
You don't know what you don't know
Exactly.
until you start digging in.
Yeah. And they had other hurdles along the way, too,
Oh, for sure.
which shows their resilience.
Absolutely.
So they've got a solid plan,
Yeah.
a passionate team,
Check and
a clear problem to solve.
check.
But how did they actually go about designing this chatbot?
So they lay out a really clear step-by-step process
Right.
in their design document.
I like it.
It all starts with someone accessing the platform where the chatbot is hosted.
Okay. So far, so good.
Pretty straightforward.
All right. So what happens next?
So then the user types in their question,
Okay.
and then the chatbot gets to work.
Right.
First, it pre-processes the input.
Okay. So what does that mean?
So it kind of cleans up the text
Makes sense.
to make sure that it's ready for analysis.
So it's getting the question ready
exactly
to be understood.
Yes.
Okay.
And then comes the really impressive part,
Okay.
emotion analysis.
Oh.
So using natural language processing,
Uh-huh.
the chatbot can actually analyze the tone
That's
of the user's input
so you can tell if someone is frustrated
Yeah.
or confused.
or happy
Yeah.
or sad.
It's one thing to just answer a question, but it's another level to actually understand
The emotion behind it.
the emotion behind it.
Exactly.
That's amazing
Yeah, it makes the whole interaction
Yeah.
more personalized and more helpful.
because it can tailor its response
Exactly.
to how the user's feeling.
Yeah, it just feels
More human.
way more natural
Yeah.
and intuitive.
I love that.
It's a really thoughtful approach.
Yeah, it shows that they were really thinking about the user.
Absolutely.
Okay, so the chatbot needs information to work with.
It needs knowledge.
What kind of data did they use?
So they pulled data from a bunch of different sources.
Okay.
Of course, they included like the school handbooks,
Makes sense.
policies,
Yeah, you got to have that essential
your
information.
knowledge base.
Right.
But they went beyond that.
Okay, how so?
They wanted to tap into the questions that people were actually asking.
So real questions that people had.
Real world stuff.
Okay.
So they included like frequently asked questions
Mm-hmm.
and their answers. And they even used data from past chatbot interactions,
Oh, interesting.
if that existed,
Okay.
to learn from those previous conversations.
So cool.
And samples of natural language.
Like how people actually talk.
Exactly. So the chatbot could understand different ways of asking the same question.
Awesome. And of course, user feedback.
Can't forget that.
Right, to fine-tune the
Yeah, it was
responses.
to make sure they were on the right track.
So it sounds like they were building a chatbot that could actually learn and grow
Yes.
over time,
A dynamic system.
not just a static set of responses.
Exactly.
Okay, so we've talked about the data, the design,
Uh-huh.
but what about the tools?
Yeah, how did they build this thing?
Do they have some super secret high-tech software?
Not exactly secret,
Okay.
but they were using some pretty sophisticated tools.
Right.
So the heart of it all was Python.
Okay. And just for those who may not know,
Yeah.
Python is,
A programming language.
that's known for being really versatile,
Yes. And it has a lot of libraries.
specifically
It
for...
AI and machine learning.
So why did they choose Python?
They specifically mentioned that it's widely used in the AI community,
Okay.
and it has really robust libraries for natural language processing.
So it was the perfect tool
Pretty much.
for the job.
Yeah.
Okay, so what about the framework for the chatbot itself?
So they cleverly used Django, which is a free and open source web framework.
Okay.
And it's known for being really well structured
Huh.
and efficient,
Okay.
which is essential for building complex web applications.
So they're leveraging existing resources.
Yeah,
Smart.
definitely.
And to actually build the chatbot,
Yeah.
they used Visual Studio Code.
Another popular tool.
Yeah.
It's a code editor
Uh-huh.
that's known for being really user-friendly
Okay.
and flexible.
And then finally to deploy their web application
Yeah.
and make sure it could handle a lot of users.
They chose Render,
Render.
which is a cloud platform
Right.
that's known for being really easy to use.
So these students were working with a professional grade tech stack.
They were, That's amazing.
It's awesome to see the level of sophistication.
Yeah, they weren't just playing around.
No, they were using tools that
And
professionals use.
every day.
Exactly.
Okay, so they built this amazing chatbot, but did it actually work?
That's the important part.
That's the question.
So they had a dedicated tester,
Okay.
Aaron Jimmy,
Right.
and he really put the chatbot through its paces.
Okay. How so?
He focused on asking the kinds of questions that a student would actually need answers to.
So real world queries?
Exactly, like class schedules,
Uh-huh.
homework assignments,
Okay.
stuff like that.
Making sure it could handle
The real stuff.
real deal.
Yeah.
So was Jilson impressed?
He was.
Okay.
He highlighted how quickly and
Uh-huh.
accurately the chatbot responded,
Bye.
even to multi-part questions.
Like what?
Like, he could ask about his math homework.
Yeah. And an upcoming science project
Wow.
in the same query,
So it sounds like it passed the test.
for the most part.
Okay.
But Jilson, being the meticulous tester that he is,
No?
he found some areas for improvement.
Of course.
There was one instance
Okay.
where the chatbot misunderstood his question
Okay.
about school events,
Uh-huh.
which suggests that the knowledge base
Yeah.
might need to be expanded.
Right, because even with all that data,
Yeah,
there are always going to be gaps.
always.
Right, and new information coming out.
Absolutely. It's an ongoing process.
Totally. And Jilson had some great ideas
We did.
for making the chatbot even more interactive
Oh, yeah.
and engaging.
What did he suggest?
He suggested adding things like quizzes or games
Cool.
related to the study materials.
That would be fun.
Great.
And then also expanding the knowledge base
Right.
to include information about extracurricular activities.
That's awesome.
So testing is about more than just finding bugs.
Yeah.
It's about identifying those opportunities for growth.
To make something even better.
Exactly.
And I think Jilson's feedback highlights a really important point
What's that?
about AI in general, which is that it's not a set it and forget it solution.
Right.
It needs continuous training and updates and feedback.
To stay accurate and relevant.
It's like anything in life.
Yeah.
You have to keep learning and growing
To stay ahead of the curve.
to stay relevant.
Absolutely.
So it seems like this team really understood the importance of collaboration
They did.
throughout this process.
Yeah, they were constantly meeting and communicating.
Okay.
So they had regular meetings, both in person and online.
To share progress.
Yeah, and to troubleshoot.
Okay. Any problems that they ran into?
And they even used text messages to stay connected.
So they were always communicating.
Always.
And their individual learning reflections were really cool, too.
I love those.
Each team member talked about how this project helped them grow.
Not just their technical skills,
Also,
their communication,
yeah,
problem solving.
and leadership.
It sounds like they were building more than just a chatbot.
Right.
They were building a really strong team
Yeah.
with a shared purpose.
I love that.
Yeah, they were learning how to work together
Uh-huh.
effectively.
And support each other.
Yeah, and leverage each other's strengths.
And those are skills
Yes.
that will serve them well.
No matter what they do.
No matter what in
Yeah,
life.
Exactly.
Absolutely.
So we've gotten a glimpse into their process.
We have
The problem, the team, the design, the testing.
lots of steps.
It's clear they put so much thought and effort into this.
Yeah, it's really impressive.
But what does it all mean?
That is the question.
What are the key takeaways from this?
That's what we're going to explore in part 2.
Of this deep dive.
Stay tuned. It really is incredible.
You know what strikes me about this?
What's that?
This isn't just a story about a chatbot.
It's like a blueprint for tackling any problem.
It really is a step-by-step guide.
Yeah, and it highlights something so important,
What's that?
which is understanding the problem
Oh, yeah.
before jumping into solutions.
Absolutely.
They didn't just assume they knew what the issues were.
Right. They actually gathered data.
They talked to students.
They talked to parents.
They dug deep.
To really understand
Yeah.
the root of the problem.
The root causes.
Yeah, of this communication chaos.
And it makes me think of all the times
Yeah.
I've tried to solve a problem
Uh-huh.
without really fully understanding it first.
Oh, yeah. That never works out well.
It's a recipe for disaster.
We've all been there.
Right.
But these students,
Yeah.
they really demonstrate
Yeah.
a commitment to research and analysis,
Which helped them.
which ultimately help them create a more targeted
Yeah.
and effective solution.
Absolutely. And speaking of their solution,
Yeah.
they were so smart
In what way?
about the data that they used.
To train the chatbot.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. They didn't just feed it random information.
No.
They handpicked the data.
Yeah. Making sure that it was
With
relevant
to their specific needs.
to their school,
Yeah.
to their school's environment.
So it wasn't just about having a lot of data.
It was about having the right data.
Exactly.
That's so important.
And they included things like school handbooks,
Right, of course.
policies.
And it's basics.
Yeah, but also frequently asked questions.
Uh-huh.
User interaction logs.
Well, responses.
All this rich, real-world data.
To make the chatbot truly tailored
Yeah.
to their school.
It's like they were teaching the chatbot
Uh-huh.
to speak the language
Of their school.
of their school community.
That's a great way to put it.
And it's something I think we can all apply to our own lives.
How so?
Well, think about all the information
Oh, yeah.
that we're bombarded with every day.
Like overwhelming.
Emails, social media. It's too much.
It's too...
But what if we took a cue from these students and really focused on curating the information that we consume?
Making sure it's relevant.
To our own...
To our needs.
Needs and goals.
So instead of just mindlessly scrolling through social media, we should be more intentional.
Absolutely. About what we're consuming.
About what we're letting into our lives.
It's about being discerning.
Yes.
Just like those students were.
With the chatbot data.
With their data.
So it's not just about the quantity.
Right.
It's about the quality.
Absolutely.
And the relevance.
Speaking of quality.
Yes.
These students didn't just focus on the technical.
They were also very aware
of the human element.
Yes.
They incorporated emotion analysis into their chatbot, which shows that they recognize the importance of being sensitive to human emotion.
Absolutely. And they were constantly seeking feedback
from users to make sure that it was meeting their needs.
They were really dedicated to the user experience.
So important.
And it's a reminder that technology should be designed to serve humans.
Right.
Not the other way around.
Absolutely.
And their teacher deserves a lot of credit for this.
Samanga N.
Yeah?
Shout out to Samanga N.
For guiding them.
For fostering
this human-centered approach.
To technology.
Imagine the impact this could have on their school.
I know, it's exciting to think about.
This chatbot that can answer questions.
Provide information.
Offer support.
Streamline communication.
Yeah, between students and parents and staff.
A more efficient and supportive environment.
And it could even inspire
other schools to do the same thing.
Imagine a world
where
every school
had a little AI assistant.
A friendly AI assistant.
To help navigate the complexities
of school life.
That would be amazing.
It all started
with these students
who were so passionate
about solving this problem. Yeah. And they didn't do it alone.
They did it together.
Collaboration was key.
Their logbook is like a testament to that.
It really is.
The power of collaboration.
They were always sharing ideas.
Brainstorming.
Supporting each other.
Through challenges.
It makes you wonder what we could accomplish.
If we all embrace that.
That spirit of teamwork.
And collaboration.
I know the possibilities are endless.
It really makes you think.
What problems could we solve?
Yeah.
What innovations could we create?
If we work together.
If we leveraged each other's strength.
And it's not just about achieving great things.
Right.
It's also about the personal growth.
Yeah.
And learning.
That comes from working together.
Each of those team members reflected on how this project helped them.
To develop new skills.
Valuable skills. Not just in AI.
Not just coding.
But in communication.
Leadership.
They were building more than just a chatbot.
They were building their futures.
I love that.
And they were having fun while doing it.
It sounds like you're experimenting.
They're embracing the challenges.
Their story is so inspiring.
It really is.
It shows that anyone can make a difference.
It doesn't matter how old you are.
No.
Or your background.
If you have a little creativity.
And a lot of hard work.
You
can achieve great things.
Yeah. And one thing that really struck me.
What's that?
Was their commitment to continuous learning.
To always improving.
Yes.
They didn't just build it and call it a day. They were always testing.
Gathering feedback.
Looking for ways to make it better.
And that's so important.
Especially with AI. Because it's constantly evolving.
Right. It's a rapidly changing field.
It is.
So they recognized that learning is an ongoing process.
And they embraced that.
Yeah. And that their chatbot,
like any AI,
would need to keep learning and adapting.
To stay relevant.
It's a great reminder that we should all be lifelong learners. Always seeking new knowledge.
Challenging ourselves.
To grow.
Yeah, that mindset of embracing change.
Of adapting.
Yeah.
Is essential.
In today's world.
It's true. I'm curious where these students go from here.
Yeah, me too.
Do you think this project will influence their career paths?
I have no doubt.
I don't either.
This experience has given them,
such a solid foundation.
in AI,
Yeah.
a taste of what it's like to work on a real-world project.
Yeah, and how important teamwork is.
Imagine the possibilities.
I know, right?
Maybe they'll study computer science.
Yeah.
Develop even more sophisticated AI applications.
They could start their own company.
Who knows? Maybe one day
I know.
we'll be doing a deep dive
On their work.
into their groundbreaking work.
I would love that.
That would be amazing.
But even if they don't all become AI experts,
Right.
the skills that they've developed
Through this project,
will serve them well.
in any field,
In any field.
they've learned how to think critically, solve problems creatively.
Collaborate effectively.
Those are valuable assets.
Absolutely. And as I was thinking about their project,
Yeah.
this type of chatbot
Uh-huh.
could have applications
Way beyond education.
beyond education.
Yeah.
Like, imagine a chatbot like this.
For a large company.
Yeah, helping employees.
Right. Navigate complex policies and procedures.
Or a government agency.
Yeah. Providing easy access to information.
About services and programs.
You could revolutionize
So many industries.
the way we interact with information.
The possibilities are truly endless.
And as AI technology continues to advance,
Right.
we can expect to see even more creative applications.
And it's so exciting to
I
think
know.
that these students could be part of shaping that future.
They've already demonstrated so much potential.
Yeah.
I'm really eager to see what they do next.
Me too.
It's been a real pleasure exploring this project with you today.
Likewise, it's given us a lot to think about.
Their story is such a great reminder
Of what?
that innovation can come from anywhere,
Yeah.
and that even small projects
Yeah.
can have a huge impact.
It really can.
And it also highlights
Hmm.
the importance of encouraging young people
Yeah.
to explore STEM fields
To give them the tools.
and the knowledge to shape the future.
And well,
Yeah.
let's shift gears a little bit
Yeah.
and talk about the individual members.
Of this incredible team.
Yeah, their contributions.
We're all unique.
And it's fascinating to think
About how this experience might have shaped.
their career aspirations.
Yeah, let's start with Aswin,
Aswin, the data expert.
the data expert.
And remember how their logbook mission,
Yes.
his interest in creative design,
Yes, that's right.
that blend of analytical and artistic skills is so cool.
Yeah, I know. It's a great combination.
It makes me think he might be drawn to
What?
a field that combines both,
Like what?
like UI design
Yeah,
or data visualization.
that would be a good fit.
Maybe even venturing into the world of AI-powered design tools.
Oh, yeah. The possibilities are endless.
His understanding of data
Yeah.
could be so valuable.
In creating those user experiences.
Right. And then there's Rishab,
The designer.
the designer,
Yeah.
with his experience in user testing.
Yeah.
He could excel
At what?
in user experience design,
Yeah.
or maybe even specialize in designing for accessibility,
Oh, that's so
making
important.
sure the digital products
Are inclusive.
are inclusive for everyone.
That's a great point.
And Aaron Shenny,
The prototype builder coder
the coder building a chatbot from scratch.
must have given him a solid foundation,
In programming,
for sure.
he could pursue a career.
In software development.
Yeah, building all sorts of applications.
Maybe even focusing on AI and machine learning.
Or maybe he'll be drawn to the ethical side of AI,
Oh, yeah.
making sure that these systems are used responsibly.
That's a really important consideration.
It is.
And then there's Aaron Jimmy,
The tester,
the tester.
his meticulous approach.
And those insightful suggestions.
Show a real talent for quality assurance
Oh, yeah, he could definitely thrive.
in software testing.
In that field.
Making sure that applications meet the highest standards.
Or maybe he'll go into user research.
Oh, yeah.
Understanding user behaviors.
Informing the design process.
I could see that.
And then there's Jilson
Our video producer.
with his storytelling skills.
Amazing storyteller.
I could see him in filmmaking,
Documentary production.
video game design.
Oh, yeah.
His ability to communicate
Through visuals.
and narrative is so impressive.
Maybe he'll specialize
Yeah,
in educational videos.
making those complex topics
Or accessible.
and engaging.
I love that.
And we can't forget Jeffin,
Our information researcher.
the researcher,
Yeah, his research skills are top-notch.
honed during this project
He could have a great career.
in data science
Yeah,
or academic research.
absolutely.
And last but not least, Joshua,
Our marketing and communication leader,
the
he
communicator,
gained so much experience
communicating those complex technical concepts.
to a wider audience.
I could see him in tech marketing, science
Yeah.
communication,
Oh,
or even exploring
AI-powered marketing.
AI-powered marketing.
The future is wide open.
It's remarkable to consider all the paths they could take.
All thanks to this one project.
Their logbook is a window
into their potential.
Into their boundless potential.
It's really inspiring. Their journey is a testament
to what?
To the power of curiosity.
And creativity.
And collaboration.
And how technology can be so transformative.
When it's used with purpose.
And care.
Absolutely.
It makes you wonder what other problems are out there.
Just waiting.
For a creative solution.
For an AI-powered solution.
Maybe we should all start brainstorming.
I think we should.
I think so too. We'll continue this conversation in part 3. You know, as we've been talking about all the cool things these students did,
yeah,
I keep thinking about my own life.
Yeah.
And the problems I encounter.
Everyday problems?
Every day.
Yeah.
That maybe AI could help solve.
Oh, totally.
Like, what if?
What if there is an AI?
Yeah. That could help me, organize my schedule.
Oh, that would be a lifesaver.
Or help me find, the best deals when I'm shopping online.
A shopping AI.
Yeah.
That would be amazing.
Right. Or what if there was an AI that could help me learn a new language?
Oh, I'd love that.
Faster.
Me too.
Right? The possibilities are really endless.
They really are.
And it feels like the tools and resources to build these AI applications.
We're becoming more accessible.
More accessible every day.
Right. There are so many.
Online courses.
Online courses.
User-friendly platforms.
Yeah, you don't even need a deep technical background anymore.
Right. You don't need to be a coding whiz.
Not at all.
To start experimenting with AI.
Exactly. There are so many resources.
That can help, no matter what your skill level is.
Totally.
What are we waiting for?
Right.
Maybe it's time for us and our listeners to take inspiration.
From these students.
And start exploring.
A world of AI.
Who knows?
Maybe one day.
We'll be featuring
your AI project.
Your AI project.
Even deep dive.
That would be so cool.
I would love that too. It would be so inspiring to see
all our listeners
come up with
all the creative solutions out there.
This has been
an incredible deep dive.
It really has.
It has.
It's been such a pleasure.
Exploring
the work of these students.
With you.
With you. It's so inspiring to see young people tackling
real-world problems with creativity and determination.
Absolutely. And to our listener,
yes,
we hope this has inspired you
to think about
the potential of AI
in your own life,
and in the world around you.
Until next time,
keep exploring, keep learning, and keep asking those big questions.